hard work was one of the keys to get you to achieve what you wanted to achieve. And I remember I was still young at the time, but sub 10 seconds was almost impossible. There's only few people would ever think about running beneath 10 seconds. And even today, we still find Jamaican athletes struggling to run under 10 seconds. In your case, you were able to be the first Jamaican to run sub 10 seconds. What was that experience like, and were you actually thinking about it, or did it just happen?
No, I wasn't thinking about it. Every time I line up at that point in time, right, is to beat who I'm against. Not thinking about the time, because the time is going to tell you how fast you need to run to get there. You see? So my approach to everything is to beat a person who are in the race with me, because you cannot beat time. Time is something that it's going to be with you forever. No matter what you do, you can't beat it. You see, you got to beat the competitors who are next to you in order to get the time based on how fast you need to run to beat that person. So the time was not an asset to me. You know, I just go out there and just try to be a competitor at all time. And whatever the clock say, it say based on what I achieved to beat those guys. And when I run that first 9 seconds, you know, I look at myself and I said, well, I think I can do much better than this. But I won with it at the time, you see? So from there on, it only motivates me more to go out there and work a little bit harder to achieve better results. So every time I approach a race, I never think about a time. I think about who I'm lining up with to race against. You see? And then the time will tell me how fast it take me to beat these guys. See, well, so that way you stay relaxed, you stay focused.
You see, you sound like you are intelligent. Well, you are intelligent. I've lots of conversation with you. And I know that in order for us to be the best version of ourselves, we need to think. And sometimes the athletes don't realize that their improvement it comes from you having the ability to think long term, to know the cause and effect. In your time, you had a support group. I assume that was one of the reasons you were successful too. Talk to us about the support team that you had.
There wasn't really a support group, you know. I was just mainly an individual, you know, out there just trying to do my thing, you know, because the only time Jamaica will actually look at you is when you come home, right, for the trials or you make a national team. But before then, you know, you're out there doing your stuff, running, performing, right, until it's time for the Jamaica national trials. So it's not like someone going to pick up the phone and call you and said, hey, you know, congrats, etc. You know, there was nothing like that happening during my time. You see? So to me, it's like, okay, I look at it as saying, okay, this is an individual race. This is me. It might become a job sooner or later down the road, right? And I'm talented to perform better than what I'm doing, you see? So why worry about having somebody calling me to say, hey, man, listen up. What can I do for you, right? If they call, I accept it. If they say something, you know, we talk about it, etc. But I was the type of person that did not sit there, wait for somebody to tell me move A or move B. You see?
So you always like this, Raymond, or you develop this as you
I develop this as I go. For some reason, that's what I'm saying to myself. I don't know where this instinct comes from, but it's just talking to people on a whole, see how they relate and the message they send back to you, you know what I mean? And for some reason, it just kind of clicked in a way that, you know, I look at it and I said, well, you know, this might be a good idea. Let me, you know, kind of absorb this information here and then turn it around and try to use it in some aspect. You know what I mean? And most of the times, you know, if I run back into that person, I will tell them, I say, hey, you remember you say something to me? And, you know, I tried and that stuff worked, you know, and for that person, he wouldn't even believe that I would try. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you.
He wouldn't
I
believe
got
it. You know what I mean? But just the coming back and say, hey, you know, whatever you were saying before, I tried that and it worked. It's like a surprise to them. You know what I mean? And I grow into that type of person who, if someone says something to me or correct me, you know what I mean? I'm not going to look at the person and say, hey, listen up, you don't know what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? I would take that information and I would put it, and I said, okay, let me try what this person is saying. And if it doesn't work, even if I see him again, I say, you know what, I tried that information, you know, he gave me, but it didn't work for me, but thanks anyway, you know? And me just being that person helped me a lot to just be humble. You know what I mean? I respect people in a whole that whenever they're saying something, don't get this mindset in as if they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Well, you know,